Can I get a little bit of ice cream?
They're going young.
Well, they are. They're giving their young players an opportunity. And it's not just any young players. I mean, this young man was a first-round pick, a high draft pick, very heralded. He's got the start this year, and he's done well. He had a crazy 1 week that just has basically salvaged his year. But this guy can flat-out play.
Chops it on a couple hops down to first, and Ty France will take it himself to the bag for out number one. Well, here's the difference. You're looking at two teams that are pretty similar record-wise, but are built completely differently. The Cardinals come in with a young group. Padres have a lot of veterans.
Yeah, and, you know, the Padres, they're built for right now. And look, at the last few years, getting to the playoffs, giving the Dodgers a run, and expected to do the same this year. The Cardinals, they've arrived a lot earlier, right? And it's only a month into the season, but what a start they've had, and yes, built on youth.
Ivan Herrera with one down here in the first inning. The DH. Cues that one foul over by the Padres dugout, housed on the first base side here at Petco Park. Now they had to move on from some of their veterans. 4 to be exact. Big names certainly. And there was a lot of movement during the offseason as this one is to right center field. On the run is Merrill, not going to get there. Plays in on a hop. And it's a one-out single for Herrera.
Herrera doing a nice job shooting that ball to right center on the inner part of the plate. Herrera, you know, he hasn't really struck the ball that well this year, but he gets on base at over a 400 clip.
He's got a 25 on base streak going. 25 games getting on base, and he just did. With a one-out single, here is Alec Burleson, the first baseman for the Cardinals. Eighth start of the year for Vasquez, and probably the most consistent starter the Padres have had all season long. rotation that they anticipated would have Yu Darvish in it, Nick Pivetta in it, and Joe Musgrove in it, and that has not been the case for the most part. Check on first, and back to the bag is Herrera. First disengagement.
Herrera of all of one stolen base this year. Just trying to keep him honest.
Years past, Vasquez had trouble with control for the most part. Ran into some walk troubles from time to time. That has not been the case this year. His command has been far better. And as a result, going deeper into games. Swing and a miss, strikes out Burleson. First strikeout of the day for Vasquez. It's out number 2 of the first inning. You know, Padres tend to win whenever Randy Vasquez is on the hill. Take a look at the numbers dating back to the beginning of last year. Padres as a team go 23-10 in Vasquez's starts. Christopher Sanchez leading in that category. The Phillies are 28-12. This one grounded foul beyond the Cardinals dugout. That was the pitcher profile sponsored by Wendy's. Jordan Walker, what a fantastic start he has had. Making some adjustments this year, and far and away the best beginning to any of his seasons in the majors.
Yeah, you know, he came up as a 21-year-old, and really his first year he had an OPS of over 780, and it's like, okay, this guy is going to be something. And then the last 2 years just had a lot of struggles. Combined 11 home runs, and you know, this was kind of really a make or break season for him, and that's hard to say when he's only 23 years old. I mean, that's a crazy thing. Is we're talking about, oh well, this guy's got to make or break. We got to see what kind of player. He's 23. Be 24 next week.
So figured out that early is pretty impressive. The adjustments that he has made, something that he has bought into in its entirety in spring training, and it's worked for him. And Ollie Marmol thinks that it's sustainable for the future.
Well, it's worked, and he's had the immediate success, so that even creates more buy-in. You know, you start believing things, and that's half the battle at this level.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out on a slider. Cardinals are gone. The Padres are coming up from San Diego. And the new manager of the San Diego Padres, Craig Stammen, 13 big league seasons as a pitcher, primarily out of the pen. Take a look at his lineup today. It's got Merrill at the top with Tatis in right field, Machado at third base. Sheets is the DH with Bogarts, the veteran, at shortstop. Laureano's in left with France at first. Song at second base. And Fermin does the catching, rounding out the starting 9. Dustin May, the former Dodger, on the hill today for the Cardinals.
Yeah, working on his 8th start. His last 5, he's been pretty darn good. A 2.45 ERA. The first couple weren't good, and that's why the season numbers aren't great. This is what he's coming at you with, that 4-seamer, the cutter, the sweeper, the sinker. You know, he used to be just predominantly sinker sweeper guy, but gone more to the cutter, using that 4-seamer, and been a bit more effective so far.
Jackson Merrill leads it off, swings at the first pitch, sending it deep to left center field, and back there on the dirt of the track is Church, able to run it down.
Ball came off the bat at almost 100 miles an hour. Ball looked like it had gap written all over it. 4-seam fastball, but Church running it down out there in center. Nice play.
One down here in the last of the first brings up Fernando Tatis Jr. Certainly the biggest story for him right now. No home runs in 2026. 13 RBIs and a .248 average. The slug has been non-existent. So strange to see, to say the least, as this is in their first strike, and it's 0-2.
Oh, and he hit some home runs in the World Baseball Classic. It wasn't as if, you know, anybody had any inkling that this may be the start of the season of no slug for Tatis.
Hit 42 home runs back in 2021. And last year finished with 25. Most plate appearances in between home runs. 158 right now. Fouled straight back. Searching for slug is Fernando right now. He's hitting the ball hard. 59%. Sixth in that category. 175 plate appearances. Career long drought. Waiting on a 1-2 pitch from May. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Went to the fastball. That's the first strikeout of the day for Dustin May. 2 down.
You know, and that's been one of the things that, you know, people are talking about launch angle. And they're talking about, oh, Tatis Jr. is hitting it to right. He's letting the ball travel. He hasn't been able to catch up to 4-seam fastballs this year. Now, for whatever reason, is that an eyesight thing? Is that a mechanical thing? But that's just been a reality. He has not been able to hit the 4-seamer.
And Machado bats here with 2 down in the inning. Hitting under 200 at the moment with 5 homers and 18 runs batted in. And the recipient of a strike hit, 99, still the firm fastball from May. Well, he's faced May more than anybody else. 9 for 31, the breakdown, a couple of home runs. And a pretty good sample size over the years, and he may have gone after that. He did. Andy Fletcher, first base umpire, said he offered. And he 0 for his last 21 at the plate. He kind of punched it this late. Cranks it foul off to the right on play. How different is May a pitcher with the Cardinals than he was with the Dodgers?
Well, when he was with the Dodgers, he was predominantly a sinker sweeper guy, and so he was basically a 2-pitch. With the Cardinals, we saw him 4-seamer right by Tatis Jr. He's using that 4-seamer and cutter a lot more now. The first pitch to Manny that he swung through, it was a 4-seam fastball. Called strike, I should say. Then he went sinker. So as a hitter, the velocity is the same, but you're going to have to protect 2 types of movement on that 98-mile-an-hour pitch. Makes it difficult.
Machado lifts it in the air towards right center field. Church moving back, as is Walker. It'll be Walker just shy of the warning track. A 1-2-3 first inning for Dustin May. We're scoreless from San Diego.
You can earn.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Progressive Insurance, a grand slam for your budget. Well, happy heavenly birthday to Tony Gwynn. Born May 9th in 1960, the Hall of Famer whose statue is just outside Petco Park. Actually, it's inside Petco Park, technically, beyond Gallagher Square out in right center field. Owen Gorman standing in to lead it off, and of course Tony's son, Tony Gwynn Jr., a broadcaster with the Padres and also a former major leaguer in his own right. Woo! Of course, his number retired, and the numbers are incredible offensively and defensively for that matter, winning several gold gloves along the way. Randy Vasquez striking out Gorman. That's 3 Ks in a row now for Vasquez.
They got him right there with the changeup. He went cutter, changeup, and interesting because that's the book on Gorman this year, is he just has not been able to make an adjustment from that right-handed changeup, and it's created all kinds of holes. Hasn't been able to slug as of yet. Cardinals are hoping that he can reconcile that.
16 pitches, 14 strikes so far for Vasquez. Talking about his control earlier, it is far better, and his percentage of strikes much higher this year, and it's led to a 3-1 record with an ERA of just over 3. Mason Wynn, shortstop, with one away here for the Cardinals. If you could point to a leader, and again, this is a very young team, this guy might be one of the leaders of this Cardinals team.
Yeah,
they look to.
Yeah, right. A Gold Glove winner last year, and again, when you look at the roster, there isn't that personality or that veteran, but this is a quiet leader. Plays every day, staple in that infield.
4 straight strikeouts for Randy Vasquez, and they're 2 down here in the second inning.
You talk about the 4 strikeouts. The crazy thing too, 4 in a row, and they've all been swinging. It tells you what kind of stuff that he's got out there today.
So 2 down here in the second inning for Nathan Church, the center fielder. That's out of the 7th spot for the Cardinals.
First non-first pitch strike.
Back to it. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt to even the count here at 1-1.
Just wanted to mix it up a little bit, right?
Yeah. Can't get ahead every time. A check swing grounder over by the Cardinals' house, third base way.
So you can look at all the metrics and you can watch all those sort of things, and that can tell you how a guy is throwing. But the swing and misses, the check swing right there, that's all you need to know that Vasquez has his stuff today.
Well, the first 2 games, the pitching has not been the ultimate problem. It's been more so just the lack of offense, and it's been kind of the case for a little bit of time here in this latest stint for the Padres. And the outside corner with a 95, but missed. Full count here to Church. Flips it foul, off to the left, out of play. Seventh pitch of this at bat coming up here to Church. And a liner into left field for a base hit for Nathan Church. Pretty good AB right there. And a 2-out knock for Church.
Yeah, nice AB by Church. He was down 1-2 and worked himself to a full count. Finally got a pitch. It was four-seamer just out over the plate. Will run a little bit. He's got 3 stolen bases, so he'll have to be on the lookout over there.
And 2 down, Church at first. So Jay-Z batting for the first time, the left fielder for the Cardinals. Coming home here to San Diego from Carlsbad, California. At 40 minutes. In the air, foul down the right field line, out of play. A Texas Rangers 5th round pick originally out of Carlsbad.
He was in, what was he, that Jordan Montgomery trade, I think.
You are correct. Request time, granted time by Jansen Visconti, home plate umpire. France holding on Church at first base with 2 outs here in the Cardinals' second inning. Good size lead at first base now for Church. Noticing was Vasquez and going back over there to check on him. And 2 down, Church at first. So Jay-Z batting here with a count of 1-2. in the air, struck well to right field. Fernando backpedaling, and Tatis would get there to make the catch. Looked like he was going to get twisted up there a little bit, but able to get back and make the grab on the dirt of the track to end the inning. Done with 1 1/2.
It's a pepper thing.
There's salad. There's bread. And if you want the perfect bite in every bite, try the all-new salad stuffers. Take any Panera salad you're craving and stuff it. Stuff it, stuff it, stuff it. The all-new salad stuffers at Panera.
Cardinals and Padres scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Padres starting pitcher Michael King kind enough to join us from the Padres dugout. And Michael, thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Last year turned out to be a lot of injuries for you, unfortunately. This year, so far, you've been pretty healthy. How would you assess how things have gone so far this season?
Yeah, very, very happy to be healthy and actually pitching for us. But I feel like the injuries always kind of have a lasting effect, so I'm trying to almost repattern my mechanics right now. So happy with being able to put up a decent amount of zeros, but still a long way to go.
When you say repattern your mechanics, have you changed things, or are you reinforcing what you're doing, or what does that mean?
I think, especially the knee injury that I had towards the end of the year, I was just landing really soft onto my front sides, and it created some bad habits and hip rotation, like getting into that front side, and now I'm at a different release point than I've been in for the last 5-6 years. So I don't think I realized it in the moment. Had a fully healthy offseason, but was kind of throwing in those same mechanics. So I was ingraining these bad habits. And once I got back to spring training, that was the main focus. And it's crazy where an injury that probably lasted a month is taking so long for me to get them back. But happy to be able to execute a game plan and be able to still be a guy for the Padres right now. So
you're more than a guy. You're more than a guy. Let's not kid ourselves.
This is driven to right and back there to make the catch is Walker.
Hey, I was going to say, when you have an issue, like, how do you know what changes to make? Do you go into the biometric lab and see, like, get on the force plates and do all that, or is this just a feel thing? Like, how does that evolve?
A lot of it is video work, and I give a lot of credit to our whole pitching staff here. Obviously, Ruben's the one that communicates the most with me, but Chris Apicechea, one of our analysts back there, he's doing a ton of biomechanic work. And then it's just feel. Like, I talk to our bullpen catcher a ton. He obviously catches a ton of my bullpens, in catch play. And then I think that the best pitching coaches I've ever had are probably the players that are around me. And I lean on them and their experiences to be able to see these changes and know what drills or what feels I got to get to make these changes.
Well, a lot of heavy weight on you, as well as Vasquez and some of the others in the rotation, with the rotation looking so different than what was anticipated to be here this year. Perhaps Darvish, perhaps Musgrove, and certainly with Pivetta down. Things have changed here as far as the rotation goes.
Yeah, and honestly, I still give a ton of credit to Preller. That's one of the main reasons I signed back here is even with, I'd say, 3 of our best pitchers down, he's able to go out there and obviously have a ton of faith in Randy to make the strides that he has done and be a guy for us. But then you got Walker Buehler, who is a couple of years removed from the last out of the World Series. You got, Germán Marquez, who I know is on the IL now, but he was pitching meaningful innings for us. Griffin Canning, who was great before his injury last year, and like you're seeing all these guys make this step up and getting. There we go. And be able to put up zeros for us and give us chances to win games. So Preller's made the depth of this team. We got Giolito coming in.
Yeah, I was going to say, Giolito, don't forget him. Yeah. Right.
So he's done a great job of kind of saving us with our big guys down.
So moving forward for you, what is it that you're looking to, I don't want to say improve on, but through the course of this season, what is your main thing? Is it health? Is it I want to be a better strike thrower? Is I want to just go saw off 1,000 bats? Like, what is it?
I guess I'd love to do all of it.
Right?
But,
check every box.
I talked to AJ Ellis. I think it was during the playoffs of last year. He's one of our special assistants, and he was talking about how obviously he caught Kershaw in his career, and he was asking, would you rather have like this low ERA or have a ton of innings. And I always thought that the starter that goes 200 innings or the most innings in the year is the most valuable. I think starters can eat innings, but also if they're trusted to get outs late in games, that means that they're dominating. So if I can get to that 200 inning mark, that's always the goal, because I feel like that means that I'm having enough success to allow my manager to leave me out there, and I'm healthy enough to do it.
Well, shoot, you do those innings with this bullpen.
Oh,
you guys are playing deep into the post.
Well, that's my issue,
right.
because I'm begging to go out there for another inning, and then I look up and it's like,
yeah, that's a good point.
More Hone coming in. I'm like, yeah, he's probably going to do a better job than me.
Well, one guy that I know has done an amazing job here over the years is Ruben Niebla, and you see how he works with different pitchers. How helpful is he to you at this stage of your career?
I mean, huge. He's probably going to be mad at me for saying this, but during free agency, when I was a free agent, he was talking to me about my mechanics and pitching. And
hey, is that tampering? Hey, no,
it was a guy, but he's one of the guys that, like, I know he still has communication with a bunch of other players that he's coached in the past, and it's because of the relationship that he builds. And I feel like it was another reason why I signed back here was that comfort in having a guy that I know loves me, loves winning, has my back, is trying to make me the best pitcher that I can possibly be. And I know most coaches can say that, but I've just developed this relationship with him that I'm really proud of, and really happy to be with him.
And how about playing in front of these fans in this place? That's got to be a factor too of coming back. Right? This place is sick.
This place is incredible. Yeah, I mean, we're selling out basically every game. It's just as loud as any other stadium I've been in. The weather you can't beat. It's a really fun town, and even just like, ooh, swim move.
Looks like it.
You got him safe up there, guys.
Got him safe for the moment. We're going to challenge here.
But yeah, I even love like walking in the streets, and if I get recognized, it's never a weird interaction. It's just like normal people that are just like, hey, go Padres! Nice job yesterday, and it's a really fun town to be in.
Certainly your time in New York with the Yankees, I mean, you're talking from experience, to say the least, as far as great venues.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, Yankee Stadium, totally different. That's what, like, East Coast, West Coast. You know, you got a totally different vibe. And I loved my 4 years with the Yankees too. So I've been blessed to be in front of some great fans and playing in some great venues.
Hey, I got a fan question. Who is your favorite pitcher nowadays to watch? Like a guy that you just go, man.
Like in today's game?
Yeah, in today's game. A guy that's playing now, a peer that you just go, and it can't be a teammate. We're not looking for brownie points or anything. Like, who's a guy?
Scooble's the one.
Okay.
Scooble, you can just see the competitiveness of him, and then just the aggression that he brings to the mound. And that's, like, to me, true ace that is going to take the ball 110 pitches every time out. And I'm waiting for him to come back, because every time he pitches, it's very exciting. I'm putting it on TV every time.
Well, we thank you so much for joining us and taking a few minutes with us. It's been great to catch up.
You got a rally going. You're going to kill this?
Well, I mean, we're partial. We're not biased, right? We have to.
Yeah. Sorry.
Now let's should we keep?
You guys can kick me off. I'm going to keep the mic on.
No, you got to stay on. Yeah, you're staying on.
What do you got? You got more?
I don't. Right. Oh, you don't have any more? You got something?
Well, no, I could ask him about, his transition. He's gone from being a reliever.
Well, don't tell me that. Ask him that.
And now he's a starter. I mean, now we're 2 years of this, though, exclusively, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely have to be completely used to this whole new role now, right? It's not new.
Totally. I'm still learning a ton. I feel like I can kind of help both sides of relievers and starters, just because I was a reliever, so I'm trying to impact every pitcher on this roster. But I mean, yeah, they're two totally different animals.
This is right side. Weatherholt will go to second base for one, on to first. That is two.
I'm blaming you, Don.
Am I allowed to let him go now?
You wanted to end it, Don.
Mud's not up here. This is on you, Donnie.
All right, Michael King, thank you so much.
I appreciate
Historic season.
Tyler Reddick on top once again.
The Go Bowling at the Glen, Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on FS1. Welcome back to Baseball Night in America on Fox, presented by Mattress Firm.
Welcome back to San Diego and to Petco Park, where we venture into the third inning without a score. Double play ending last inning as the Cardinals able to turn it. Pedro Pages leading it off here for the Cardinals. Shadows will be a factor here soon, but at the moment lots of sunshine across the field, and the light tower off to the left will cast a shadow that'll head across home plate as we play along and about halfway to the mound, and then things get a little dicey at that point. Chasing a high cutter with a pretty strong swing right there. Pages has been struggling lately, 0 for his last 17 at the plate, batting out of the number 9 spot in this Cardinals order. This ball been pretty consistent at 95 miles an hour.
Second full count that Vasquez has gone to this evening.
And that is strike 3. Gets him looking. The 5th strikeout for Randy Vasquez in the first out of the third inning.
Had to mix that one up too a little, Donnie, right? He'd gone with 4 strikeouts previously. All of them had been on the swing. This one, he's not messing around. He just goes right after him there. 4-seamer right down the middle.
So 1 down here in the third inning, turns the order over for the Cardinals. Another Holt will chop one foul outside of first. Grounded out to first in the first inning. Cardinals second baseman from the leadoff spot, batting with 1 out here in the third inning. Pitch. Ball game coming up here for Randy Vasquez. Through 2 1/3 innings so far. Watching the Padres bullpen and how good it has been. With the injuries to the rotation, it's come up huge for the Padres so far.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, if the Padres get a lead and just rotate that thing over to the bullpen, it's lights out. But again, that offense has just been a little stagnant as late.
Of course, you got Mason Miller at the end. They call him the Reaper, you know.
Yeah, I don't mind watching him. I don't know that I'd ever want to have stood in the box against him. Not much you can do. Like I literally, I've talked to people about it. I think I'd just statue, like literally, and just say I don't think you can throw 3 strikes before you throw 4 balls. Because I can guarantee you one thing that's not happening, and that's me getting a hit off you.
You know, a lot of people talk about the 102, 103s. You can get to 104, but really the sliders, the nastiest of them all.
The crazy thing is you watch it, and it's like he gets a lot of chase. That's why I said, like, honest to God, I'd stand up there and I'd say, see if you can throw it over the plate.
Another lengthy at bat here for a Cardinal.
We 3-2 again. That's 2 in a row now.
8th pitch coming up of this AB. Softly lined, kind of eats up Song and ends up in short right field, and aboard is Weatherholt with 1 out. Well, indecisive as to how he's going to play that ball. He's going to come in or go back, and ends up kind of eating him up and ends up in short right field. Aboard is Weatherholt.
Yeah, 4-seam fastball. Hit pretty hard, though. It came off the bat at over 100 miles an hour. Had that top spin. John just unable to glove it. Would have been a heck of a play. But again, because of that top spin. Vasquez didn't even pay attention to Weatherholt.
Nope. Took off. Takes second base on the stolen base into scoring position with 1 out.
Yeah, his 5th bag of the year, too. And that's one of the things that St. Louis, super athletic. They do hit some home runs. They're going to create some havoc on the bases.
Scoring position now, and the 0-1 will miss.
Herrera hit that ball to right center in his last at bat. Had a single. You know, and that's what you're kind of thinking of right now in an RBI situation. Look for something out over the plate.
In the air to center field. Glasses on as Jackson Merrill is there to make the catch. Weatherholt is tagging it, heading to third. No problem. He'll get there standing with that 2 down.
Yeah, Weatherholt recognizing that Merrill's got a beat on it, just camp it underneath, and knows that because of how deep it was, he can get to third. And, you know, again, wild pitch right here. Something gets away from the catcher.
The Cardinals leading in the most extra bases in Major League Baseball. Just pick one up right there with 2 down. Weatherholt moving over. Kind of an element of surprise. I don't think Merrill thought he was going to be going and tagging up from there, but he did. And now it's just 90 feet away. Burleson struck out in the first swinging.
You know, I think that's one of the things that's been used to describe the St. Louis Cardinal ball club. They're relentless. And, you know, again, just Weatherholt going second to third. You know, it would have been easy just to give the obligatory 4 steps and go back to second, but constant pressure is this ball club.
Normal really enjoying the style of play so far. And managing youngsters, I would imagine it's easier to do than the veterans that have been here for quite some time.
Well, it's easier to do when you're having success, right? You know, if this was a group of youngsters and, you know, the record was reversed, right, and they were 5 or 6 under 500, then it's pressure time. I don't know that, you know, everybody's just relaxed and enjoying the big leagues. But when you're winning, man, it changes everything.
There's a pop-up left side that has Manny Machado backpedaling to the short lawn and left, and he'll make the catch. It'll end the inning. The Cardinals leave Weatherholt at third. 2.5 done without a score. Scoreless, we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up on June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. Sun Moon Song leading it off here for San Diego in the 3rd inning. And this will get away as Dustin May works into the 3rd. 32 pitches deep into his start. Ground ball foul outside of first. Jake Cronenworth going on the IL recently, concussion protocol in play, and as it turns out, Song called up from AAA and getting a chance to play at second base the last couple of days.
God, that's such a good pitch right there. Just taking everything off. So far out front. Good break. And he's throwing, you know, 98 as well.
Ten seasons in the KBO for Song, second Korean-born player in Padres history. Ah-Sung Kim was here for 3 seasons. Tap foul. We'll do it again here, 2-2.
See that 4-seamer at 97. You've got the shadows right now, so you may think, okay, I can spin the ball. Hitter's going to have a tough time. But again, when Dustin May's high 90s this evening, I could throw that sinker a 4-seamer. I think I'd get that by him.
Two balls, 2 strikes here to Song. in the air down the left field line, headed foul. 99-mile-an-hour sinker earlier. It was the hardest of the season for May, so that velocity certainly going up, and not what I remember when he was a Dodger.
No, he's, well, I mean, there'd be times, right? There were times when Dustin May looked unhittable. He's been beset by a number of injuries, but he can get it up there.
Seventh pitch of this at bat, and it's blooped down the third baseline. Gorman races over and into a slide, but it's off the screen and out of his reach.
You know, that was that four-seamer right there, 98 miles an hour. And again, I think if you elevate, go inside right now, this song, you'll get him. I don't think you want to do him any favors by throwing the off-speed pitch. But again, those numbers you mentioned it, Donnie, they're getting up there.
Full count now.
Yeah, I just don't like that. It's non-competitive pitch. Again, I just rear back and hard inside, and let's see what you got.
Pitch 9 of this plate appearance. He's fouled off 4. A fly ball to center field has Church moving back into the shadows to reel in out number 1. Dual action sponsored by Roundup. Starting pitching. That's been the story of the first 2 games of this series. Liberator and McGreevy. 6 innings both. 3 hits to 1 hit. 1 run to none. 9 strikeouts here from McGreevy last night. Very impressive outing.
You know, and the thing about it is just Cardinal staff is not a swing and miss staff. They have the fewest swing and misses, I should say strikeouts, I believe, in baseball. Both of those guys that we saw too, Liberator and McGreevy, those guys are the old-fashioned pitchers. They're not going to wow you with their numbers. They're not going to throw 1,000 miles an hour. But man, they can just flat out pitch. Up, down, in, out.
Vermeen hits it on the ground to short. Win is there, and his throw is high, but coming down on the bag with time is Burleson. And that is out number 2. Two-way here for Dustin May in the 3rd inning, and then flip the order over for the Padres as Jackson Merrill gets his second look. And about to go 2nd time through this Padres order.
Yeah, that first inning, Jackson Merrill and Manny Machado both hit balls that both of us thought, man, they might get out of here.
Especially during the day, late afternoon anyway. Soft line drive that is picked by Weatherholt to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Dustin May. We're through 3 without a score from San Diego. We welcome you back to San Diego. Baseball Night in America here on Fox. Padres and Cardinals venture into the 4th inning. Lots of sunshine. Maybe a cloud. Nah, I don't see many though.
No, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful out here. Except if you're probably hit. I'm not sure that you really like that because you do have the shadows.
Yep, that's a thing now. It's made its way across home plate. A bigger deal now, or if it gets about halfway out there to the mound, is it worse?
I'll be honest with you, Donnie, I don't remember. I'll tell you that. I don't remember.
Okay.
I know if there were shadows, it wasn't good. It was hard enough to hit when there weren't any shadows. You throw that out there. You know, the thing about it, though, with a guy like Vasquez is because he's got so many different pitches, it's a real nuisance. That's a real nuisance. Shadows.
Spin is tough to pick up.
The spin you can't pick up. You can't really pick up anything. That's what used to just infuriate me. I'd be down at first base, and our pitchers are trying to, like hit corners. I'm just like, dude, spin it. They got no chance. Pitchers always give hitters too much credit. Hitters give pitchers too much credit.
Oh, you could have gone over and told them that.
I did, but then they like, you're not a pitcher. You don't know. It's like a hitter giving a pitcher advice. Just
it doesn't fly.
I mean, there were times I'd be down at first base that I wanted to call the pitches. You're like, why are we calling this and this? You got to be kidding me. Anyhow.
Well, Jordan Walker's off to a tremendous start, and he sends this one into center field for a base hit. A single to start things here in the 4th inning for the Cardinals. Time now for a profile sponsored by Liberty Mutual. At 24-25, different story. You combine those numbers through the 2 seasons, and look what he's already done in 2026. This is a different guy.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at those home runs right there, and it really is amazing.
Inside lead at first, and this one carved foul off himself by Nolan Gorman. First leadoff hitter to reach for either team today. Leadoff single by Jordan Walker.
This is the guy right now, though, that for St. Louis, you know, he's got some upside as far as where he is right now and what he's capable of doing. I mean, yes, there's always going to be swing and miss, but he can do more damage, and that's a great job right there of laying off the changeup, because that's been the Achilles heel this early part of the year.
Walker this lead at first. As Gorman will take a ball, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, don't sleep on Walker over at first either. 7 stolen bases, and you don't get confused with the size. That's a big man down there, but he can flat out move.
It appears they had to clear out, make some room with the veterans leaving, and some of these guys, these prospects up here, and a chance to develop at the major league level, and they are flourishing at the moment.
You know, and it's not just about playing time.
Sounded like a broken bat. Ends up in right field for a base hit. Taking second base is Walker. The first 2 Cardinals have reached here in the 4th inning.
Cardinals have a little something going, and that's something they're Gorman susceptible to the strikeout and just able to, you know, make contact. He's strong enough. As kid's trying to get in on the hands. You mentioned it, broken bat, but strong enough to get it out there. Put themselves in a run scoring opportunity. But getting back to what you were saying, you know, you get rid of some of the veteran players. It's not just about playing time, but then it's about the culture in the clubhouse. And that's something that also has evolved for this Cardinal ball club.
Yeah, there's not a leader per se. One may develop into one. That was one thing you asked Ollie Marmol before the game, was who he thought might be. And there were a couple of guys that he thought could be, but right now they're just playing as a complete team. And have the best record on the road of any major league team. Couldn't answer for that either. Couldn't put his finger on anything in particular as far as what they're doing differently on the road. They're just winning.
I mean, there's some things that just, you know, they're unexplainable, and quite frankly, maybe you don't even want to find out what the reason is.
I'll let it roll.
Let it just go.
Taking the first 2 games of this 4-game series here in San Diego. 17 games. Mason Wynn hitting at .331. Batting here with runners at first and second and nobody out. Yeah, there it is. 13-5 on the road. 10-10 at home at .500. Best in the majors, though, and they're scoring over 5.5 runs a game. Down to third base. Machado will go to second for 1. On to first for 2. Double play around the horn. Walker will take third, but now with 2 down.
The Padres needed that, and that's exactly the guy you want to hit it to, is Manny Machado. I shouldn't say you don't want to hit it to him, but if you're Vasquez, that's where you want the ball going. Fields it nicely, makes a good, strong throw to second. Easy turn. Manny Machado, future Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Second straight inning, the Cardinals got a runner to third. They left Weatherholt there in the 3rd inning. We'll see if Walker will remain at third base here in the 4th inning with 2 down. And Nathan Church singled to left field in the 2nd inning. Getting that walking lead off third base. Way out ahead of this, down the right field line, out of play.
Yeah, Church got the 5 home runs. You know, he did it in his first 25 hits. 5 home runs. I mean, he was driving the ball. He was an 11th round pick in 2022. Kind of found his way and forced his way onto this ball club last year.
So the 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in to go along with it. One of the 5 Cardinals hits so far today. Bats with the runner at third.
Vasquez in the last at bat against Church had him down 1-2, and Church worked him to a 3-2 count before serving out a base hit to left. Vasquez wants to end the at bat a lot earlier.
Easy waiting on deck, and a line drive into right center field for a base hit. That'll score Walker from third. Heading for second base is Church. He will be safe, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead. Nathan Church driving in the game's first run.
Tell you what, he's come to play tonight. This ball, breaking ball. He drives this thing well, and from the get-go, he's thinking second base. There was never any, oh, I'm just nonchalant down to first base, and then I see what's going on and take off. It was from the get-go. Has the play in front of him, so it's up to him. He sees it the entire way. Again, relentless.
So instantly into scoring position with the RBI double. So Jay-Z flat out to the warning track in right field, back in the second inning. So 0 for 1 today, and getting his second look at Randy Vasquez.
And that's the thing, you know, St. Louis, first and second, nobody out. Boom, double play. It's like, okay, Padres are gonna get out of the inning. 2 strikes on Church, 1-2. St. Louis will not go away. Battle, battle, battle. Boom, base hit.
Well, the pitch count for Vasquez rising. Next pitch will be 75. To left center field, and this is going to be Laureano backpedaling to make the catch shy of the warning track to end the inning. But the Cardinals score the game's first run after 3.5, 1-0 St. Louis.
Gray.us.
1-0 Cardinals have just taken the lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, the Cardinals were victorious last night. Michael McGreevy outstanding in last night's game. 6 innings of shutout pitching, giving up just 1 hit, and he is kind enough to join us from the Cardinals dugout. Congratulations on a nice win last night.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
What'd you have going last night that was working for you so well?
Like a lot of things were working well last night. Changeup definitely one of them, that's for sure. We've seen a ton of lefties this year. The Guardians stacked 9 against me, so to see a bunch of righties was definitely nice to see. I was thinking I was going to use my sweeper a lot more, but the changeup seemed to be the bread and butter yesterday.
Michael, you're not the conventional guy nowadays that's throwing 98, 99. But along the way, you have always been able to pitch, and you've always succeeded. Has there ever been a time in your development where they tried to push velocity on you?
Yeah. I mean, over the offseason, you're always trying to kind of build more, and I'd like to think, like last year I was sitting 93 with the heater, and I think about a week, maybe 10 days before I came to camp, I actually sprained my ankle in a bullpen session, so I kind of had to get through that. So I'm kind of making the excuse. That's a little bit where the velo went, I think, but we're slowly building back up. But you know, when you got 7 other pitches to kind of lean on, it makes pitching a lot easier.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like for you, I mean, I get what outside things are saying, but for you, it's always worked. So, like, at what point do you just say, hey, enough? Like, I can dominate, which you did last night.
Yeah. Last week playing the Dodgers at home, I woke up just feeling super slow. I'm like, oh, crap, playing the Dodgers. Don't got my ace stuff. This is not good. Got a national televised game. I'm about to make a fool of myself. But I realized, like, whatever I had that day was going to be enough. Execute to the best of my ability. And as long as I just execute pitches, it's going to work out fine.
Who was a guy that you watched growing up or that you liked as a pitcher?
I didn't really have anybody I liked watching as a pitcher because I wanted to be a shortstop.
Yeah.
You know, but I grew up a Padre fan. I just liked the Padres in general. Didn't have a favorite player, but I can name a ton of guys from those Padres team I watched. But just loved the game and loved the Padres. But unfortunately now I don't like them as much.
Probably not. Well, how much fun are you having this season with this group in that clubhouse? It seems like a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. I mean, so many young guys. Just that have a lot of experience. I mean, you got Burley, you got Walk, you got Mason, Gorman, all guys that got over about 2-3 years in the show, but everyone's playing loose. All the expectations that were put on us about, oh, they're not going to be good this year. It's okay, whatever. We're still going to go out and compete, play hard, play fast. And like I've been saying, it's like, hey, we're going to give you hell every time we play you.
What's been surprising for you in this little over a month so far in this season?
Nothing's really been surprising because we know everyone on this team is good, and everyone here is certified big leaguers. They're all going to stay here for a while. I think the coolest thing I think for me to see is like when we're going on win streaks, if we're ever on a losing streak, it's just day by day. No one's getting kind of too high, no one's getting too low. It's you show up to the field, you do your work, and you know we expect to win every time out.
Now your manager before the game didn't have an answer for this. This one gets away, and Machado will reach. Look from the side here. Apparently he went.
Yeah, certainly when he was heading back to the dugout until he realized, and then it started off with a jog down to first, and then pick it up a little more, and then just beats it out.
So aboard at first base. Your manager didn't have an answer for it, but you guys have the best record on the road of any team in Major League Baseball. Do you know why that is? Can you point that at it?
I don't have an answer for you either.
Okay.
You know, it's always good coming to sunny San Diego, coming back home. For maybe the California guys, we really like it, so maybe we play a little better. But I don't know. There's something. I don't think there's really a rhyme or a reason to it. Just kind of sticking to the process, and you know, good things have been happening on the road.
Michael, has there been anybody along the way, whether college or in the Cardinal organization, that has really made an impact on, you know, something that you do pitching wise now, or change something? Or
yeah, I mean, I think I've been blessed to have great coaches throughout my career. I mean, going through T-ball all the way to pro ball here. My coaches in Santa Barbara were huge to my development as a pitcher, kind of just learning how to do it. I was kind of more of a thrower, just coming from the shortstop side of things to being a pitcher. So kind of getting it that way, I owe them a ton of credit for my success. And then our AAA pitching coach, Darwin Marrero, give him a lot of credit, just sticking with me. I was with him in 22 in AA, and then 3, 4, and 5 in AAA. And just always making sure I stay focused, kind of, hey, be me, don't try to do anything else. Kind of what you were talking about with the velo, being unconventional. Nowadays, just sticking to who I am and who I am as a player.
Okay, so we talked about it briefly in between innings, but apparently you two have a connection from years ago.
yeah, so I watched him. I have boys. They were playing against one another, and I remember I was speaking with Michael's dad. He was pitching for San Clemente High School. It was a tournament out in
Palm Desert.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember, and I just remember, you know, I talked to this guy for a long time, and I didn't know, you know, at the time he's not Michael McGreevy,
Right.
big league pitcher that's just all right. He thought he was playing short. He thought he could swing the bat.
I mean, I could.
And I always remember, you know, and I remember having a conversation with his father for, you know, a couple of innings. Real nice guy. And you know, and then I've always followed, you know, it's like following his career, and then before you know it, this guy's like one of the top prospects, and then shutting out the Padres. It's been quite a road, but it's been fun to watch, and just to watch his evolution. I guess the question is, can you still hit?
Yeah, I think I could. I mean, it'd be a little rusty. I need to start with some tee work, maybe some front toss, then again live throwing. But you know, we were joking like, "Hey, shutout, let's pitch your BP." He's like, "No, like I walked 2 guys, so gotta clean that up before pitchers get BP again."
Your starting staff, you guys kind of feed off each other?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, everyone's just, you know, we're all looking for something. Like, hey, if I don't have something, I can go up to the guys mid-game, like, hey, do you guys see anything? What are you guys seeing? Go over each other's outings. Like, hey, how'd you feel? Good and bad days. So just wanted to continue to kind of feed off each other, build off one another, and, you know, see if D-May has anything for me or me him or Libby or Leahy or Plante.
2-pitch will miss here to Bogarts with a runner at first and 2 down. Nice to have a guy like Dustin May around as well, veteran.
Yeah.
.60 pitches deep into his outing and not pleased with that last delivery that evens a count of 2-2.
Anybody you faced yet that you're standing on the mound going, man, no way am I facing?
Man, it's kind of every time I play the Padres.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Petco Park more times than I can count, I think. And I think last year, the first time I pitched here was like, this is unreal. Like, what's my life? But, you know, it's always a blessing. I mean, just play anybody in the big leagues, it's sick.
Michael McGreevy, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on what's been a great start.
Thank you.
Say hi to your dad.
Will do.
It's a perfect day.
1-0 Cardinals on top of the Padres as we head to the 5th inning. And Randy Vasquez back on the mound for San Diego. 75 pitches deep into his outing. Pedro Pages leading it off for St. Louis. He struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. And gets his second look at Randy Vasquez, who was in the sunshine, but the rest of the path from the mound to home plate is now in the shadows. Backdrop still in the sunshine. Early evening in San Diego. White Towers off to our left, casting those shadows across the plate. And the left side of the infield for that matter. Did he go? No, he did not. They check with Andy Fletcher, first base umpire. What do you got?
That's a good call. I don't think he went. A lot of body movement, but not the bat. Got another barn burner here offensively, huh? 1-0. Padres.
They had originally given Xander Bogaerts a base hit in the 2nd. They have changed that to an E6. And
so what do we got going? What do we got going here?
No hits through the first 4 innings.
Does that mean there's a no-hitter going?
Yes.
Is that what that means?
That's what that means, and it would be for Dustin May. Yes.
Dustin May is throwing a no-hitter.
That's correct.
All right.
So the scoring change is important.
That's kind of odd that happens. Hometown taking away a hit from your own guy and throwing out the, continuing the no-hitter for the opposing team.
You find that odd?
Yeah, I do find that really odd. Not that but I do agree with it. Like that was an error. I mean, Mason Wynn's a Gold Glover. He makes that play most of the time.
A pitch of the AB is a pop-up back at 3rd. Manny Machado in Fairground will make the catch for the first out of the 5th inning. Sleeper pick sponsored by Mattress Firm. The rookie bats on the rise, and this guy coming up next, J.J. Weatherholt, one of those guys off to a fantastic start this season. And there are a lot right now on the rise among rookies.
Yeah, there certainly are. A couple come from Japan and making their mark and didn't have enough room. Don't sleep on T.J. Rumfield, the Rockies, 2nd in hits of all major league rookies this year. So quite a class. This young man, he had a heck of a week. April 24th through the 30th, 367, 7 extra base hits, 4 home runs. I mean, that week really put him on the map as far as statistically this year.
His manager before the game was telling us he may be one of the guys that takes over a leadership role in this young team.
Yeah, he does so many things well and can beat you with the glove, on the bases, up at the plate, can hit for power. Really a special player. We have a 1st-round pick in 24.
He'll give you a professional at bat every time, that's for sure. Lifts the 2-2 to left field, sending Laureano back and onto the edge of the track to make the catch for out number 2. So a 2-away here in the 5th. This is to Ivan Herrera. See those shadows creeping up to the rubber there. As Herrera makes his way plateward. 1 for 2 in this game today. Single to center in the first, flied out to center in the 3rd inning. That's one of the 6 Cardinals hits so far of Randy Vasquez. This has the feel that the Cardinals have a bigger lead than they really do. It is 1-0.
And even that one run, I mean, Padres almost got out of it. 1st and 2nd, nobody out, induces a double play, and then has 2 strikes on Church with a runner on 3rd, and drove in the 1 run for the Cardinals.
Foul to our left, even the count at 2-2. Count becoming a factor here for Vasquez. He works with 2 outs in the 5th. Now 92 pitches deep in his outing. Here's the breakdown per inning. Who's been hot lately. 5 for his last 7. 5-part all singles, but still 5 for his last 7.
Well, this guy is just an on-base machine, right? He'll eyeball you to death. 28 walks coming in today.
Swing and a miss, able to strike him out on the sinker. It's a 1-2-3-5. We're halfway through. Cardinals have a 1-0 lead.
Fast, don't miss the Indy 500, only on Fox.
1-0 Cardinals. Moments ago, coming off the field, Randy Vasquez, 5 innings, 94 pitches. And looks like a guy who may be done today. Any handshakes all the way around, and it'll be the day for the Padres starter as the Padres come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning without a hit. 4+, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, a walk and 4 Ks for Dustin May on the day. Again, one was originally called a hit in the 2nd inning for Xander Bogaerts. Now an E6 on Wynn. Fly ball skied to right. Walker over towards the line and into foul ground to make the catch for out number 1. Coming up tomorrow, Tyler Reddick and Michael Jordan's 2311 race team look to continue their historic season as the NASCAR Cup Series hits Watkins Glen. For Go Bowling at the Glen, pre-race coverage begins at 1:30 Eastern. Green flag at 3, only on FS1. One down here in the 5th for Ty France. Action in the pen. Jeremiah Estrada first up for San Diego, and a drive towards deep left center field. It is back towards the wall, and it is gone. Ty France with his 4th home run of the year ties the game with 1 swing of the bat. It's 1-1. There's the first hit of the day for the Padres, and it ties the game.
No hitter gone, shutout gone. First run of the series for the Padres. Oh no, they scored once. They doubled, I'm sorry, they doubled their run output. It's their 2nd run of the series.
First run in 21 innings for San Diego, though.
France gets a sinker. And remember, we were talking earlier, 97 or 98, 99, that pitch, 95 miles an hour. May losing the velo a little bit. France crushed that ball 110 off the bat, 405 feet. Man.
Song flied out to the warning track in the 3rd inning in center field. And takes the strike, even the count of 1-1. We'll see how May reacts here after giving up his first hit. Padres were 1 for their last 50 at the plate prior to that home run by Ty France.
Wait, 1 for 50
at the plate.
Oof. I mean, that That's hard to do, right? I mean, you just figure you get lucky and you get a couple of hits.
First run since the first inning on Thursday. And again, 21 scoreless innings until the solo shot by Ty France.
And that run, that was on a check swing.
Yes,
by Bogarts. You know? Well, maybe that's something right now. Get the offense jump started here.
Ball 3 and a full count now. At 99 in the first inning was May. He's been around 97. Lost a little velo as this outing has gone along. And he loses Song. Second walk allowed by May. Home run for Ty France with 1 out in the inning.
It's a 96-mile-an-hour sinker. You know, we talked about his the pitching coming into this season, predominantly a sinker sweeper type of guy, and not necessarily his best pitches. Sinker gets hit an awful lot. He was getting hit an awful lot in L.A. St. Louis had talked to him about the four-seamer. Yeah, that thing just and Ty France again. He just unloaded on this thing.
Two lengthy plate appearances for Song, who just walked. 9 in his first plate appearance, 7 in this last plate appearance. It ends up being a walk. He's aboard with 1 out for Freddie Fermin, the catcher, number 9 hitter in the Padres order. Now some sunshine at the plate, and the mound is in the shadows. Check at first and a disengagement. Back to the bag is Song. This is rolled down the third baseline, foul. Not sure if he hurt himself or not, but Dustin May kind of finished his delivery strangely. Pitch before. A little slippage there, it appeared. He did not come out and check on him, but his catcher did go out to talk with him, though. The 2-pitch coming here to Fermin. Line to center field. That's in for a base hit. To second base goes Song, and it's first and second now with 1 away. It's the bottom of the Padres order who gets the offense going here for San Diego finally in this series.
It's an 0-2 pitch right here. It's a sweeper. Again, and those are the 2 pitches that, you know, the Cardinals try to get him to throw less of. The sinker and the sweeper, and both of those pitches today. The cutter and the four-seamer is what has made him effective this year.
And setting the table, Song and Fermin both aboard. Jackson Merrill will take a strike. Top of the order for San Diego. And 0 for 2. Is flied out to center and lined out to second base. Off the glove, and heading for third base is Song, and moving up to second is Fermin. Into scoring position now with 1 out.
I mean, this is just a sweeper that pops out of his hand. I is unable to corral it.
Pass ball. Dancing 2 base runners. foul off to the left out of play. 1-2.
So this inning, again, that was a cutter right there. He's thrown 2 cutters to Merrill for strikes. Called strike and then late on that. The sweeper, not much control. The sinker, we saw France hit it out in the center. Got to be a 4-seamer or cutter.
Elevates, and Jackson Merrill strikes out. So the strikeout for Dustin May is out number 2.
And what was that pitch, Donnie? It was a 4-seamer. The 4-seamer up out of the zone, 97 miles an hour. Again, I get the assortment of pitches, but what is garnering outs? 4-seamers and cutters.
Fernando Tatis Jr. 0 for 2 has struck out and grounded out. A little bloop, shallow right. Walker was deep, and that'll fall fair. And will play 2 runs. The Padres will take a 3-1 lead. Just a flare to right for Fernando Tatis Jr. And the Padres take the 2-run lead.
And that's how you solve everything if you're Fernando Tatis Jr. Quit hitting the ball hard. That's all we've heard about is how hard he hits it, how hard it. We're not getting the results. Take that every day of the week. That's 2 RBIs. You put your team ahead, and maybe that's the at-bat that gets things going for this superstar.
Well, easily scoring the 2 runs after they moved up on the pass ball, and Song and Fermin. The 2-run single by Fernando Tatis Jr. Galen Duhar and his teammates happy for Fernando Tatis Jr. Steve Blake, the pitching coach out there for the Cardinals. He had not allowed a hit coming into this inning. He's given up 3. The first one was a home run by Ty France. This is the first lead the Padres have enjoyed in the last 23 innings of this series.
Well, you know what that means, right? The Padres can hold on to a lead. We got something to look forward to later on, huh? At least from a fan's perspective, right?
Just see the Reaper.
Oh.
And Machado. 0 for 2, flying out, striking out. Quick check at first base, and Tatis is back. They now up to 80 pitches. As he works with 2 down here in the 5th inning. Starting to stop at first in what looked like was supposed to be a pitch out. Ended up almost over the plate.
I think that was a little miscommunication right there.
So rarely happening nowadays. Dustin May didn't plan on it. Cutter that time from May, 1-1.
Yeah, that cutter's been effective. Even the base hit that Tatis Jr. had, May will take that all day long as far as the contact off the bat. It was a cutter. Again, the cutter and the 4-seamer.
Strike 2. And Machado batting with Fernando Tatis Jr. at first. What has been a 3-run bottom of the 5th inning for San Diego at the moment. Lifted foul off to the right.
That's just a tough pitch selection. You're doing Manny a favor right there. Manny can leave the seats on any pitch, but you just threw him a sweeper. The 4-seamer and the cutter have been effective all inning. They've been effective this at bat so far. The Manny.
23rd pitch of this inning for May will have to wait as goes over to first base. Trying to stop it first for Tatis, and a swing and a miss for Machado, who strikes out to end the inning. But the damage has been done in the inning for the Padres. They scored 3 times in the inning. There were no hits until Ty France took this one out of the yard, his 4th home run of the year. And then a bloop to right field for Fernando Tatis Jr. will play 2. San Diego.
Delicious full meal, all for just $7 at DQ.
3-1 San Diego on top of St. Louis right now as we play along to the 6th inning. Jeremiah Estrada takes over. After 5 innings from Randy Vasquez and 94 pitches today. Burleson leading it off here in the 6th inning. Cardinals got their run in the 4th inning. A double by Nathan Church as a ground ball softly hit. France will flip to Jeremiah Estrada covering for the first out of the inning. Good hands play sponsored by Allstate, and good hands of Randy Vasquez, who goes 5 innings, giving him 6 hits, 1 run, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 6. Second most pitches he's thrown in an outing this season. 94 pitches thrown by the right-hander. So it's into the San Diego pen now. And Estrada has the first out here of the 6th inning. Here's Jordan Walker. 1 for 2 day today for the Cardinals right fielder. Struck out in the 1st, singled and scored in the 4th inning. I like these Cardinals uniforms a lot. What do you got on these?
Yeah, no, I love the blue.
Yeah.
I mean, that powdery blue is so good. You know, it kind of reminds me, date myself here a little bit, but you go back to the Montreal Expo days.
Sure.
I mean, those were great looking.
They were awesome.
I love that color. That's Philadelphia used to have an iteration of that too, as well.
Walker with the base
they wear it. I mean, they still wear it now. I just how often they wear it, you know.
Not sure.
We'll have to get on that after
we know
after
people.
the inning, right? We
Yeah.
got people.
We got people. We can find stuff out. Let's just go with it. I've always felt that you shouldn't let facts get in the way of a good broadcast.
That's right. You say it with conviction, and it's fact.
Right. They wear them every Saturday. How's that sound?
That's believable.
The base hit in the 4th inning for Walker extended his on-base streak now to 14. Did he go? They check it first. Andy Fletcher says no. Full count now. Missed with a splitter, 3-2.
St. Louis, we're into the 6th inning right now. They've only had 1 leadoff hitter reach base so far. That was in the 4th inning, and ironically, they scored that inning.
And that was this guy, Jordan Walker, who would score their only run. Now fly ball the other way, and in the sunshine, battling it is Tatis, but he'll make the catch. Found it. 2 down. This some of the biggest tournament on the planet comes to America, and you can see it all right here on Fox. Get ready for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It all kicks off on June 11th on Fox and FS1. Two down in the 6th inning. Nolan Gorman 1 for 2 day today for the Cardinals third baseman. $41,559 here today. 41,559. It's already the 18th sellout of the season here at Petco Park in San Diego.
Yeah, really a fantastic environment. You come watch a ball game. Just the surrounding areas too. All the things you can do around the stadium, outside of the park as well. It's a great experience. One of the best in baseball.
Finished second last year in attendance in all of Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss for Gorman, chasing that good splitter from Estrada.
Yeah, Estrada just throws that four-seamer, but that splitter is just a neutralizer. Goes at about 25% of the time.
That is strike 3, and he's going to challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And our first challenge, ABS today. It's called a strike.
I mean, here's the ball.
There's the ball.
St. Louis has 2 challenges remaining.
So he wins. Overturn. Moving the count now to 2-2.
He ended up being right, but the leverage situation there, it's just a tough one there. 0-2. Now you go to 1-2.
Popped up foul off to the left out of play. All right, we have some facts. The Phillies. Oh, you were asking about the Phillies. Okay, I have Philly information. The Phillies wear their powder blues on Thursday. Home games occasionally on the road.
Well, like you said, we have some people to find that out. That's what I was
asking about. The Cardinals. I'm going to find that out. We're working on it. Get back to you.
Donnie, you just got to say that with more conviction. You can't whisper it to me. You say it with conviction, it's good. Nobody knows. You can't whisper it, though.
Swing and a miss. And Gorman strikes out. It's a 1-2-3 6th inning for Estrada. We're through 5.5. It's 3-1 San Diego.
Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
3-1 San Diego on top of St. Louis as we shift to the bottom of the 6th inning. Gavin Sheets leading it off here. Dustin May back on the hill. 85 pitches deep in his outing. And a first pitch strike to Gavin Sheets. 0 for 2 today. He's flying out to the warning track in right field. Struck out swinging. Okay, Cardinals wear these blue uniforms only on Saturdays, only on road games. Swanson is up in the pen.
So we lucked out.
Yep, we were right. What do you know?
We lucked out.
Pitch calm problem, it appears. Equipment issues, so catcher Pages heading over to his own dugout, along with the home plate umpire, Jansen Visconti.
Dustin May working himself into the 6th inning, and you know, 4 of his last 5 starts, he's gone 6 innings. Quality start 4 of his last 5. And again, if he gets through this inning, that would be a quality start, right? 3 runs. That last inning just got to him.
Longest inning, not giving up a hit going into the inning, but Ty France with a home run. 2 additional runs coming in on a Fernando Tatis Jr. base hit to right field. Sky down the left field line. So Jay-Z over towards that line and a little stagger, but he makes the catch. First out of the 6th inning. We'll take home a piece of the game. Bid on game used jerseys, baseballs, bases, and more at auctions.mlb.com. Down here in the 6th inning. The offense, first 22 innings of this series, just the 1 run for Craig Stammen's team on 5 hits. Last inning, 3 runs on 3 hits. Xander Bogaerts. 0 for 2 today. Reached on an error in the 2nd. Struck out in the 4th inning. Popped up. Off to the right out of play. One thing we haven't talked about is Dustin May's moss. When he was a Dodger, it was unbelievable. I mean, it was like very long and wide, and looks like he has trimmed things up here.
A little warmer in St. Louis, not yet, but the humidity's getting ready for that, right?
That's clearly cut. It's not a man bun or anything, right?
I think you're correct, Don.
1-1.
You're locked in.
Softly hit the second base. Weatherholt to first for out number 2. One out away from a quality start for May that you were talking about. That would be the 20th against the Padres this season. Laureano with 2 down in the inning. Walked in the second, fouled out down the right field line in the 5th inning. Still got the good cutter.
Like we mentioned, if he can get through this 6th inning, that will be 5 of his last 6 starts. He's thrown 6 innings. Another quality start.
Strike call, evens the count at 2-2. Mariano getting his hitter's timeout granted by Visconti, the home plate umpire. Mariano, part of the struggling offense of the Padres right now. 2 for his last 24 at the plate. France waiting on deck for San Diego, 2 away. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out on that cutter. So May is through 6. Padres have a 3-1 lead. To the 7th we go in San Diego. Well, Dustin May, 5th quality start in his last 6 games, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, walked 2, and struck out 7. Appears to be done after 97 pitches, you would think.
I mean, really a nice outing. And, you know, again, outside of that 1 inning, I mean, basically held the Padres in check. Ty France started things off, not only breaking up the no-hitter, but the shutout as well.
Justin Brule is up in the Cardinals pen. Jason Adam is into this game for San Diego.
All right, so now we're going to get into the meat of this San Diego Padre bullpen. As a fan, you may like to see it. As an opposing hitter, you don't want anything to do with it. And especially if you get to Mason Miller. That just, as a viewer, I want to see it. There he goes, right there. Those ain't dance moves either, are they, Donnie?
No. Just getting loose. For his time of the game. Mason Wynn to lead it off here for the Cardinals in the 7th inning. So Jason Adam becomes the 3rd arm used today by San Diego. Jeremiah Estrada, after 5 innings from Vasquez, pitches a 1-2-3 6th inning with a strikeout mixed in. And Jason Adam, who generally works the 8th inning most times, in here in the 7th. Mason Wynn 0 for 2 today. Struck out, bounced into a double play. Now a liner caught by Bogaerts at shortstop. Well, he was out pretty much just getting out of the box. Hit sharply, but the first out here in the 7th.
Yeah, ball coming off the bat over 100 miles an hour. Bogaerts making a nice play on it. Crazy, right? You know, you get hit a ball like that, you get nothing for it. Tatis hits that ball off the end of the bat, 2 RBIs, and puts the Padres ahead.
8 in a row retired by Padres pitching at the moment. Tap out in right center field here for Nathan Church. He's driven in the only Cardinals run today. That was in the 4th inning. Fooled on a changeup. Hooks it on the ground right side. Song to his left for out number 2. MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 in the U.S. and select out-of-market games every week, plus live radio broadcasts of every game, game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. 1-2 down here in the 7th. So Jay-Z 0 for 2. He's fly to right, fly to left. Imagine you were a big fan of that app, watching your sons in the minor leagues. I would think now that they have that, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's good promo there, and always good to be able to catch baseball anytime you can. You know, it's.
Nine in a row retired by Padres pitching. 2 down here in the 7th.
But both these teams starting off the season well, 2nd place in each of their respective divisions. Like San Diego, you expected it. You know, it's San Diego's been beset by injuries, especially on that pitching staff. But again, with that bullpen, and you know, they get the hitting going. It just, you do not want to see them in the postseason. St. Louis, long road ahead, but what a start.
And you look at the guys that they have moved on from trades during the offseason. I don't think you expected this, as this is a ground ball to shortstop. Xander Bogaerts up to the task again, and it is a 1-2-3, top of the 7th inning for Jason Adams. 7th inning stretch, 3-1 San Diego. Above and Beyond, sponsored by Jersey Mike's, and the first hit of the game for the Padres came in the 5th inning, and it was Ty France with a solo shot, his 4th home run of the year. Gets the Padres on the board, tied the score 1-1. No hitter was gone. The lead was gone. And the Padres would tack on 2 more after the Ty France solo shot. And San Diego on top 3-1 here as we move to the last of the 7th. And it was the bottom 3rd of the Padres order. France, Song, and Fermin, who set the table for that base hit for Tatis Jr. that put the Padres on top. They were the ones that got the hits. France and Fermin with a walk by Song in between. Pitcher is Justin Brull into the game after 6 quality innings from Dustin May. And Brull becomes the 2nd arm used. And Ollie Marmol. May 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Walked 2, struck out 7. On the hook at the moment. Next to that guy. Knocked in the pair. Swing and a miss for France. He gets away, trying to reach. And it hits him. He will reach. 2nd Padres hitter to strike out and reach. And Machado was the first one back in the 4th inning.
Yeah, France does a good job as far as staying in the baseline. You know, you don't want to get one side or the other of that line. And that ball just drilled it right in the back. You see Pius trying to move his feet and trying to create a lane, unable to do so. I mean, this is super important here for the Cardinals because you're already down 2, and the San Diego bullpen is not fun. And if this thing opens up at all, you can just kiss this one, put it in the books.
Song has flied out to the warning track and walked. Runner goes, and Song fake bunt, throw to second base, and out at second base is Ty France. Not stealing 2-6.
I don't mind that. San Diego trying to make something happen. Again, they've got the lead and just trying to really put a nail in the coffin. St. Louis does a nice job of executing there.
Not showing bunt this time. The base is now empty. 10 runners caught stealing by Pajes. That's the most in the majors. To third, and in was Gorman on the grass, leaping to make that play for out number 2. Still out in the back of his head that Song may try to bunt again.
AC Gorman in does a nice job though timing it. Showing a little athletic ability. There we go.
2 down in the 7th for Freddie Fermin. I think it's a big piece of Pajes. One catcher to another. Adrian Morejon up in the San Diego pen. After Jason Adam had a 1-2-3 7th inning. This is into left center field, a base hit for Fermin. His second hit of the day for the number 9 man.
This pitch just gets too much of the plate, but you talked about it earlier, Don, at the bottom of that Padre lineup. Creating some havoc today.
Fermin at first with 2 down in the Padres 7th. Here's Jackson Merrill. Merrill has flat out to center, lined out to second, and struck out swinging. One of the Padres who has been hitting this week, last 7 games, 357. On the top spot in the Padres order. As he bats with Fermin at first and 2 down. Fouled off down by the shoe tops. Justin Brule first out of the pen for the Cardinals. Jams Jackson Merrill, flips it foul down the left field line. And back to first goes Fermin. Swing and a miss, and he strikes him out as Justin Brule gets the final out of the 7th inning. We're headed to the 8th. It's getting late. It's 3-1.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. To get the season covered, visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team gear. It is on to inning number 8 back at Petco Park in San Diego. And the end of the game here for San Diego is Adrian Morejon.
Yeah, not typically your 8th inning guy here with the Padres, but because there could be some left-handers coming up this inning, obviously Weatherholt will be up next if they get to a 4th hitter this inning. That's Burleson.
Meanwhile, he is sitting down right now. Jose Fermin is pinch hitting for Pedro Pages, who had been 0 for 2 in tonight's game. Swing and a miss at the changeup. 2 for 3 as a pinch hitter.
I mean, he just threw a 100-mile-an-hour pitch and then comes back with that.
94, so 6 miles an hour difference. But more about the movement than anything else.
Yeah, I think just dropping out of the zone. Hitting is so tough.
Him up, strikes him out. Sinker. Out number 1 of the 8th inning.
You know, that's the thing. Not only do you have to, I say guess, but you have to get the pitch right as a hitter, and then you've got to be able to hit it. You know, it's hard enough to just hit somebody throwing BP, let alone somebody throwing 100 and 92, 100 again.
Weatherholt 1 for 3 from the top spot in the Cardinals order. Takes a look at it. Strike 1. It's now 11 in a row retired by Padres pitching, and the pen 7 up, 7 down. So while the Padres have been losing, the pen has continued to excel. They've had a 1.65 ERA over the last 8 games. In the last 9 2/3 scoreless in this series.
Really a nice job by Weatherholt to hold up, lay off of that pitch. I mean, such a compact swing. Great knowledge of the strike zone.
Inside that, hit him. Hit batsman.
Just grazed him, but just the point of he's just staying in there, and I don't want to say diving into that, but just staying into that pitch against Morejon. I mean, Weatherholt is all business. I mean, it flat out just screams baseball player.
That was a 100-mile-an-hour pitch too,
and didn't even shy away.
On Herrera, 4th plate appearance of the game, single back in the 1st inning. One of the 6 St. Louis hits. Cardinals are out hitting the Padres 6-4, but trailing the run column 3-1. In tight, 3-0. Swinging 3-0. A base hit to left field. That'll head to the left field corner. Weatherholt is being sent around, and he will score an RBI double for Herrera. Makes this a 1-run game. That was fast. Tying run in scoring position now for the Cardinals.
Herrera getting aggressive. 3-0 pitch. He's swinging that ball in off of the plate. Been able to get it, shoot it down in the corner. Weatherhold again, another quality. The speed, running the bases from the get-go. One-run ball game here, Donnie.
Weatherhold getting hit by that pitch. That's a major thing in this inning.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, two kind of quirky things. He gets hit with 2 strikes, and then Herrera swinging 3-0.
Ends up with the RBI double. Mason Miller up in the pen, not afraid to go beyond an inning for a 4-out save.
And what have we said about St. Louis? What's the one word? Relentless. Just will not go away.
2 or fewer runs. They are 15-5. Best record in that regard. And another close one. Padres in the top 4 as well. Ruben Diablo, the pitching coach for the Padres out there. And Alec Burleson coming up next for St. Louis.
Well, obviously to talk strategy, but also giving Miller a chance to get ready because the right-handed Jordan Walker on deck.
Ivan Herrera, first 3-0 hit by a Cardinal this season, the second of Herrera's career. Ends up being an RBI double and a 1-run game. Now Burleson. Swing and a miss. Back to the sinker again. It's a heavy sinker at 100.
Oh. Left on left as well. I mean, you watch Burleson, that front hip, it's out. I mean, so tough to try and stay in on this guy.
Spirals off the backside, no throw. Burleson at 196 against left-handed pitching. Up the middle, but Bogarts is there. The shortstop looks at run back at second and then fires to first for out number 2. I'm not sure that Herrera wasn't planning on going anywhere and then went to first for the second out.
Marhone gets in there and Bogarts thinks for a minute, but then goes for the sure out. All right, we're going to have some entertainment right here.
Yep, 4-out save is what they're looking for. As they go to Mason Miller, we've got a pitching change from San Diego. Padres holding on to a 3-2 lead. Mason Miller has been spectacular, untouchable for the most part in his career, but looking for a 4-out save in this one, with the Cardinals having the tying run in scoring position. And the first pitch, slider, which we talked about earlier, his best pitch, I believe, even though he can throw 104 miles an hour.
Well, I mean, this is Padres' best player versus Cardinals' best player.
On the ground to shortstop, and Bogarts will go to first base, and Miller on just 2 pitches able to get the first part of a 4-out save. He's got out number 1. It's 3-2 San Diego. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Freestyle Libre. Ty France with the first Padres hit of the ballgame tied the score 1-1. Part of a 3-run 5th inning for the Padres, who are holding on now to just a 1-run lead. Joel Pozo takes over behind the dish. That's Fonson into the game. Reliever number 2, pitcher number 3, as Tatis offers it the first pitch. A sweeper. His 2-run single last time up in the 5th inning. Driving in 2 runs. Tatis Jr., Machado, and Sheets anticipated here. Cardinals getting a run back in the top half of the 8th. Padres batting in the bottom half of the 8th. Incidental contact there. Did not mean to swing at that. And grabs the bat.
I mean, that almost took two people out. Tatis, that thing just running in. He's going like, oh, stop. And then that thing just right back to the screen, almost got Machado.
Almost gets hit on the sweeper. Twisting out of the way. His count evens at 2-2.
It's a breaking ball. Just slipped out of the hand. Tatis at 2 RBIs. He'll sleep well tonight. I think he'd like to drive a ball though. I guess you got to look at it this way: as cold as he's been from a slug standpoint, he's going to be that hot on the flip side at some point. I mean, somebody's going to pay.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out on a sinker. First out for Swanson.
Hard stuff has given Tatis trouble this year. Like I said, as bad as it's looked, it's going to look that good later on.
Manny Machado with a swing and a miss. So he reached on a strikeout on a wild pitch back in the 4th inning. Padres have had 2 players do that in this game. Ty France the other, more recently in the 7th inning. Last time the Padres had 2 players reach and a drop strike 3 in the same game, 1995. Gonna go back a while. That's Colorado. Andujar Cedeno and Mark Neufeld. Ball 1-1-1 to Machado. Mason Miller at the 1 out of the 4 outs he's looking for on 2 pitches. Strike 2 on a sinker from Swanson. Weston May for 6. Justin Brule pitched the 7th inning, and now Mark Swanson into the game. He's just trying to preserve this 1-run deficit for the Cardinals. With Gorman, Wynn, and Church scheduled for the top of the 9th. High drive to deep left field for Manny Machado. Sajazi is back, and that is gone. Manny Machado with a solo shot gives the Padres some breathing room. Now on top, 4-2. His 6th home run of the year.
Manny gets a sinker right there. Again, just a feel-good moment. Padres just going to need that production from Machado and Tatis Jr. And at least tonight, feeling good about their swings.
Well, Manny Machado had been 0 for his last 24 prior to that home run. Sheets on the ground, picked on the backhand by Burleson, who had taken himself to the bag for out number 2.
It's a sinker. It starts on the outer part of the plate. You see it just come right back up the middle, and he knows it when he hits it. His
200th home run as a member of the San Diego Padres. Ground ball left side. The backhand is Wynn. And that is out number 3. But the Padres get a very important run on a home run by Manny Machado, a solo shot. San Diego on top 4-2 as we head to the 9th inning. The greatest spectacle in racing is coming. We're just 2 weeks away from the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. Don't miss the pageantry and tradition of the biggest race in motorsports, the Indy 500, Sunday, May 24th on Fox. Manny Machado with his 375th career home run, 200 with the Padres now. The rest in a Baltimore Orioles uniform. Going off of Fermin. Mason Miller, impressively enough, 34 strikeouts, 61 batters faced. So Miller got the first out of the 4-out save here, getting Jordan Walker to end the 8th. It's Gorman, Wynn, and Church scheduled to bat here in the 9th. Saves leaders tied with Riley O'Brien. These Cardinals both with 11. Gorman is 1 for 1 in his career against Miller. Ball 4. Missed with the 4-seam fastball.
The pitch was called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
Challenge here. ABS. Powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed.
Not even
San Diego
close.
has 1 challenge remaining.
Well, he took my my hitting approach off of Miller, right?
Yep.
Just statue it, right?
Try to take the walk.
That's it.
And Gorman did a leadoff walk here in the 9th inning. Now Mason Wynn. He's 1 for 2 against Miller in his career. And the Cardinals hitters with hits against Miller. Gorman, who just walked, and now Wynn.
I mean, he's missed with a couple fastballs. You almost have to call a slider just to give him something to throw differently. I mean, I got to call a slider. It's
Five in a row out of the zone right now. 2-0 the count. Strike called, and the hitter's challenging here. Wynn. Second ABS challenge.
Pitch was called a strike. The batter is challenging. Ball's overturned. St. Louis has 2 challenges remaining.
I mean, those have been 2 huge misses on the challenges in the last. One by the catcher. I mean, that. How do you call that one a strike?
Calls that one correctly a strike, and it's 3-1. All of a sudden, you have the tying run at the plate here for St. Louis. Good hack, foul back. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Gorman at first with nobody out here in the 9th. Hitter's timeout granted to Mason Wynn.
I mean, don't you have to throw a slider here? I mean, he's thrown nothing but fastballs so far this inning. 1 changeup on the 2nd pitch to Gorman.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. First strikeout for Mason Miller. Able to get Wynn for the first out of the 9th inning.
I mean, we're back with the fastball again. So we've seen, what is it, 11 pitches so far this inning. 11 pitches, 1 changeup, 10 fastballs.
Nathan Church now. Knocked in a run with his double in the 4th inning. 2 for 3 game for Church. First time Church has ever faced Miller. Missing for ball 2, falling behind again here, 2-0. There's a slider for you. Flip foul off to left out of play. More gas. By the way, Miller is 1 for 1 in 4-out saves this season. 10 out of 13 in his career. But not afraid to go more than 3 outs. Lefties are 5 for 32 against Miller with 0 extra base hits. As he falls behind this left-handed hitter, 3-1.
What is this? Only, I believe his 2nd save situation in the last 11, 12 games.
Another walk. 2nd walk of the inning allowed by Mason Miller. So I think your approach might be working.
I'm telling you, it's your best shot. You're not going to hit against him.
The Blues pitching coach coming out to talk with them. This you have not seen much of. For the San Diego Padres is a pitching coach coming to visit Mason Miller.
Yeah, I just wonder the slider. I mean, he hasn't had anything, right, as far as being able to locate anything. But usually that slider, you know, has a little more zip to it. It just kind of looks like it's rolling out.
Nice blown save. August of last year against Arizona. 13 straight saves converted since then. Tying run now aboard for the Cardinals with Church at first. Norman at second.
How big is that Manny Machado home run now? I thought that was just like, okay, that's good for Manny. I mean, 1 run is more than enough for his man out on the mound. But St. Louis, what's the word? Relentless. Not going away easy.
So Jay-Z 0 for 3 in this game. Takes strike 1. Slider in there for a strike. Norman at second. Church at first. 1 out in the 9th. Swing and a miss. Slider again. 0-2.
Went away from the statue. You got to stick with it. You saw that pitch out of the zone, and now Miller can do whatever he wants. I mean, I got to go back with another slider, right?
First 2 worked really well. Was a slider. Grounded foul outside of third. First time that Mason Miller has walked 2 in a game this season. He's done it here in the 9th. Gorman at second. Church at first with 1 out. Struck him out. There's the fastball. And it's out number 2 of the 9th inning.
That was a cool 102 miles an hour. Up in the zone. No shot at hitting that.
Now Pozo batting for the first time with 2 down. First and second. And a swing and a miss with the slider for strike 1.
Man, I honestly think you make up your mind before the pitch even comes and whether you're swinging or not.
41,559 on their feet at Petco Park. Strike 2. 0-2. swing and a miss on a pitch that gets away. He's going to have to run. The throw, there'll be none, and the bases will be loaded. So he strikes him out, but he reaches. And the bases are loaded.
I mean, I'm not sure I've seen that play in a game as often as we've seen it tonight. That's the third time. Yeah, 2 by the Padres. And look at it, this is such an appropriate matchup because you have what is really going to be the face of the franchise for the Cardinals in years to come up at the plate right now in J.J. Weatherholt. You've got Mason Miller unhittable out on the mound. How'd the traffic happen out there? Walks, a strikeout, gets by. I mean, this is drama.
2 walks and a strikeout. You got the bases loaded with 2 down. Tying run in scoring position at second base. Weatherholt 1 for 3. Been hit by a pitch in this game and has scored a run. Ball 1. Orman at third. Church at second. Pozo at first. Bases filled with Cardinals. 2 down. The strike in there. 1-1 is challenging.
Pitch is called a strike. The hitter's challenging. Call is confirmed. St. Louis has 1 challenge remaining.
So it was a strike. Ball and a strike now to Weatherholt. Strike 2. Slider again for Mason Miller. Again to their feet in San Diego. That is strike 3 and the ball game. Frozen on the fastball at 102. A little bit of drama, but in the end, Mason Miller will get the 4-out save. Made it interesting on a couple of walks and a strike 3 that reached. But the San Diego Padres, who dropped the first 2 games of the series, come back and win this one 4-2.
Certainly not easy, but San Diego coming out on the right side. Machado home run. Tatis 2 RBI single. Mason Miller shutting it out. I mean, just everything done right for this Padre ball club. Seattle, again, battled till the very end. It's what they've been doing all year long. Great ball game. Exciting for the fans.
The final from San Diego. For Harris and our entire Fox crew, this is Don Orsillo saying goodnight from San Diego. It's the Padres 4, the Cardinals 2. We'll send you to Kevin Burkhardt and to Mark Sweeney in our LA studio.